man, remember that trip, Mr. Mush? Man, that was a blast.
Yeah, I remember that trip. Oh, hey everyone. Charlie Dog and I are looking at some old photos from one of our favorite trips. Check them out.
Those were some good times, Mr. Mush. Don't you just love to travel?
I really do. Hey! You just gave me a great idea, Charlie Dog.
I did?
You sure did. Let's make some artwork about traveling around the world.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
All right, let's hop on Canvas Cruiser Airlines, and I'll see you at the first project.
Hey everybody, Charlie Dog here, and I got our traveling joke this week. You want to hear it, Silo?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, everybody, here it goes. Why are the mountains the funniest place to travel to?
I don't know. What?
It's because they're hill areas. Get it?
Yes, I do.
Oh man, that cracks me up. You got a joke, Silo?
Where do math teachers like to travel to?
I don't know. Where?
Times Square.
Times Square? I don't get it. Oh well, math really wasn't my thing. Well, thanks for listening to our jokes. See ya!
Alright guys, so today for our drawing project, we're gonna make postcards to places that we wish that we could go to, or maybe we have been to. Alright, so all you're gonna need today is you're gonna need a pair of scissors, pencils, colored pencils or crayons or paint, whatever you want to color it with. I'm gonna be using colored pencils, and a piece of paper or cardstock. It's up to you. I'm just using plain old 8x11 printer paper. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold our paper in half like this. Okay, and then we're gonna do it again like this. Okay, now where you see the crease, that is the limit of your postcard. All right, now we're not gonna cut it just yet. We're gonna draw what we want to draw for our postcard. Now you can keep them horizontal if you want them to be vertical like this. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of both. Okay, my first two I'm gonna be doing vertical. So the first one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the Eiffel Tower. So I'm gonna draw the ground just like that. Okay, notice that I'm not drawing past the crease. Okay, and then I'm gonna start drawing the Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna draw the legs. So I'm gonna draw a trapezoid first, like this. And then I'm gonna draw a semicircle underneath, like that. You know what? That was a little bit too small, because then the legs of the Eiffel Tower are really thick, and they are not. As I always tell you guys, make sure you use a point of reference, okay? All right, I'm looking at the Eiffel Tower right now on my iPad, so I'm looking at that. So always have a picture to look at to help you, all right? And I can always help you. I break it down into shapes too. So then here's a skinny rectangle, okay? Then we're gonna draw a bigger trapezoid like this. And then we're gonna draw a small trapezoid. It should look kind of like the letter A, like that. And then we're gonna draw another skinny rectangle. And then I'm gonna draw a really tall trapezoid like this. I'm gonna go up, over, and back down like that. And then I'm gonna split it in half, jump over the skinny rectangle, jump over the hole, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a little rectangle at the top, and I'm gonna put the French flag at the top, just like that. And then I'm gonna draw little X's, because the Eiffel Tower is made of steel beams, and I'm just drawing X's to show. And you can make your X's as big as you want or as small as you want. I try to make sure my pencil line goes from one edge, like this line, to this line. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And there you go. And then I'm going to add some skinny rectangles for buildings. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower is the tallest structure in all of France? Did you know that? That's why nothing in your picture should be bigger than the Eiffel Tower. I personally have never been to France. I would love to go. Okay, and then you can add some clouds like that. I'm gonna draw a sun. Give them sunglasses. I'm gonna give them a little French beret and a mustache. Okay, so there's France, there's Paris. Okay, and then here I'm gonna imagine that I went to England. I'm gonna draw Big Ben, and Big Ben is mostly like triangles and trapezoids. I'm drawing it from the top, but you know what? I don't want to draw it like that. I'm gonna start at the bottom. I'm gonna draw a rectangle like this. And then I'm gonna draw a rounded rectangle kind of like on the inside like this. And then I'm gonna draw a diagonal line and then go down to give it form. And then I'm gonna draw a square right here. And then again, diagonal line. Okay, and connect. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a skinny rectangle here, back, and then I'm going to draw a trapezoid going up, diagonal line, connecting, and then I'm going to draw the tippy top like that. And then of course I'm going to draw the clock, because Big Ben is a clock in England. Okay, and then I'll draw the Roman numerals. Roman numerals are written with letters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll make it 3 o'clock. Okay, and then there's some arches up here. There's some arches right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a little wall right here. I'm looking at my picture. I'm drawing zigzags like this. Okay, skinny rectangles. And then I'm gonna draw like that. And then I'm gonna draw some clouds. Okay, so there's Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower. Then I'm gonna draw here, I'm gonna draw the Statue of Liberty. So I'm gonna draw her head like this. Okay, I'm gonna draw her crown. And her crown has spikes. Her crown always made me think of like Lisa Simpson. Okay, and her crown is like a rounded rectangle like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw her eyes. She's looking up like that. An L for her nose. I'm gonna give her a smile. Her hair. Okay, and then her hand right here. I'm drawing a circle for her hand with the torch. Bring it back down a curved line like that. And then I'm drawing an L for her arm like this. Okay. Just like that. And then because Statue of Liberty is in New York, I'm gonna write I heart New York City. Okay, so So there's New York. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna draw just like a little beach. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a palm tree, some zigzags, just like that. And then I'll color them in. And if you make a mistake, just erase it. Okay? And then I'll do another one right here. Okay, I'm just using like that. And then I'll draw little V's for birds flying by. And there are my postcards. Okay, so I will color these in later, but that's what we're doing. And then what I will do is I would take my scissors and I would cut right on the crease like this. Okay. And then I'll have 4 postcards of places that either I would like to go or I've already been. Okay. So there you go. I will color them in later and you will see them all finished up at the end. If you want to send in pictures of your postcards, make sure you send them in to Mr. Mush at the email address below, or tag us on social media. And I can't wait to see them. So send them all in. I can't wait to see them. Remember, color them in however which way you want, with colored pencils, crayons, paints, whatever will work. Today's lesson was more or less showing you how to get started and how to draw something. Okay? Remember, always use photo reference for what you are drawing and break it down into basic shapes. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next segment.
Hey everybody, can you spot the 3 differences in this wonderful drawing of yours truly? Check it out! And if you guessed this, and this, you're right! And if you didn't, well, better luck next time!
Alright guys, now we are in our sculpture segment. We're gonna make some stuff out of clay. We're gonna make the Eiffel Tower out of clay. Okay, so all we're using today is oil clay or plastilina. If you have clay tools, you can use them as well. Alright, or a pencil will just work just as fine. Okay, so I'm going to make the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to make my Eiffel Tower red and pink because the Eiffel Tower is in Paris, the city, and Paris is known as the city of love. So I thought I would use red and pink since they are normally associated with love and Valentine's Day and things like that. So I'm going to use that. So let's get to it. So I'm going to take a little bit of my red. And remember, you can do your Eiffel Tower whatever color you want, okay? If you want it to be the grayish, bronzish color, mix up your clay and make that color, okay? If you're like Mr. Mush, I'm making it orange and purple or green and blue, do what you gotta do, all right? It's up to you. All right, so I'm just rolling this and making one little leg. So I'm gonna do this 4 times, okay? Okay, still just so not thick enough. You know what? I'm just gonna smush this all together. Sometimes you think you got it and then you don't. Alright, that's good. And now I'm gonna do 2 more. Okay. Like that. You'll see. These are the legs. These are the legs right now. All right, now, next, we're gonna do the first like platform of the Eiffel Tower, and I'm gonna make it kind of like a little square. So I'm gonna use the table to flatten out my sides like this, okay? And I'm making my Eiffel Tower pretty small so that I could sit on my shelf or my dresser or wherever I want to put it as like a little decoration. You can make yours as big as you want, okay? So here's my little square, okay? Now, I'm gonna take each leg and I'm gonna put it in the corner just like this, okay? It's almost like we're making a table. And the legs should be like, if you can see, they're on an angle just a slightly little bit, just like that. So I'm gonna do that as well. And what's nice about clay, and I know I said this when we sculpt, if for any reason it's not long enough or you need more, just add more clay. Okay, good. All right, next I'm going to take a little bit more red and I'm just going to connect it like this. I'm going to create that arch that we usually see, and I'm going to do that for all four sides like this. See? Make sure you smooth it out as best as you can. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Do a little bit of an arch. Kind of like a frown. And then you just attach it like that. Just like that. No big deal. Okay. And let me know in the comments. Write me an email if you've ever been to France or you live in France. I have never been there, only in the airport when traveling with Mrs. Mush. So I would love to see the Eiffel Tower in person. And I have tried one of France's delicacies, escargot, which is snail. I tried it, unfortunately not in France, but in Disney World at Belle's restaurant from Beauty and the Beast, and they're not bad. If I'm being completely honest. All right, so I got the arches right there. Okay, and you can always come back and smooth it out and make sure it looks the way you want. All right, now my next step, I'm gonna take more coils and I'm gonna have them come to this little square. Okay, it should be definitely smaller than the first square because it's getting smaller as it goes up. Okay, so same thing. We're gonna roll some coils. Okay, I'm gonna put one in every corner, just like this. Okay, I think this one needs a little more clay. It's always tough to gauge how much clay you need, but like I said before, if you need to add more, you can. Okay, and did you know, fun fact, that the Eiffel Tower, originally, nobody in France liked it when it was first built. And it's called the Eiffel Tower because the architect, the guy who designed it, was named Eiffel. That was his last name. I can't remember what his first name was. So if you were ever wondering, like, man, why is the Eiffel Tower called the Eiffel Tower? Well, that's why. It's named after its maker. Okay. So, kind of like what we were talking about in our drawing, it's kind of going to look like the letter A at this point. Okay, and I'm going to pinch these together like that. See how it's turning into like the letter A. And then I'm going to stick this part on top. Okay. You want to make sure so it's coming along. See that? Okay. And then the last part is I'm going to take 2 coils like this. Well, really, not 2. I made a mistake. I'm going to take 4 again, but they're going to be really thin. I said 2 because it looks like 2 when we did our drawing of our postcard. But with sculpture, you have 3 dimensions. Okay, so I'm taking my coils, just like that. Pinch them together, make sure they're there, just like that. Okay, and then at the very top, so there you go. There is my Eiffel Tower. Okay. Now, you can add more details if you want. Okay, like make sure, like my levels are starting to fall apart. So make sure they're on nice and tight. Okay. Now we know they're made of steel beams. So if you have the time and the patience, and you want to go up and beyond, I would take your other color, whatever color you chose, and then go like this, make little X's, just like in our drawing, just like that, okay? Or you could take a pencil and carve the lines in. I just think this will look really nice. It'll be a nice final touch to it, okay? So, there's our Eiffel Tower. Let me see some photos of your Eiffel Tower that you've made yourself. I can't wait to see them. Let me know what you thought about this project in the comments below, and tag us in social media to see your wonderful artwork. Send photos into the email that you see below, and I can't wait to see your wonderful art. Okay? All right, guys. We'll see you in the last segment. See ya.
Ciao Bella! Hey everyone, it's me, Charlie Dog, and I'm in Italy! And you might be saying to yourself, Charlie Dog, why are you in Italy? Well, the reason why is, Italy has the best dog treats. If you didn't know, you know now. And that's where I want to go, to get some awesome dog treats. So, in the comments below, let us know where you'd like to go in the world. It could be somewhere like Italy, Spain, Brazil, your grandmom's house, it doesn't matter. Just let us know in the comments.
Excuse me, sir. Your dog treat to cannoli is ready.
Molto bella. See you guys later.
Hey guys, alright, so we're on to our last project for today. We are going to be making a mobile with planes and clouds and the earth. And right here, as you can see, is I took 2 hangers and I made them into one. Now, before you go grab hangers and merge them into a 4-prong hanger here, make sure you ask your grown-ups at home that you can have 2 hangers and ask for help to put it together. Now, I tried using hot glue, it didn't work, so I used tape, but I'm going to use these cotton balls to cover this up, okay? So, let's get to it. Alright, so what we're going to need today, other than hangers, we're going to need hot glue, cardboard, a round object to trace for the world, string, I'm using invisible fish wire, it's called illusion cord, okay, cotton balls, acrylic paint, an X-Acto blade. When you use the X-Acto blade, make sure a grown-up is helping you with you, because X-Acto blades can be very sharp, a pencil, paintbrushes, etc. Alright, so, first things first, let's start with the world. So I'm going to trace this around like that, and then I have my perfect circle, okay? Now, I'm using cardboard from an old soda box, okay? And I'm going to paint my world first, okay? especially on this side before I cut it out. And then on this side, I'll cut it out, and then I'll add white to cover this up, and then paint my land and water of the planet Earth. Okay, so I'm gonna do that first. Okay, and these are the planes. I'm gonna get to that in a second. All right, so I'm gonna take some green acrylic paint, squeeze some out, and some red, some blue. Now you can draw your land masses and things like that if it helps. I'm just gonna dive right in and paint. I'm just gonna paint blobs right here. If you want it to be accurate, let it look up a picture like that. Okay. Show you what it back end looks like. Yeah. I'm actually making it look pretty good. I'm surprising myself. Like that's South America. This is Africa. Okay. And with the acrylics, you want to use layers. Okay. All right. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. I'm gonna paint everything so that you can see what I'm doing, and so that we can speed this up a little bit. All right. So I'll be right back. All right. So now you can see I painted my world. I'm letting it dry a little bit. Okay. And now I'm gonna cut it out with my scissors, or I could cut it out with my X-Acto blade. Okay. And you want a cutting mat like this if you do use the X-Acto blade, so you don't cut into a table or hurt yourself. It's very important to have this. And like I said at the beginning, make sure you have a grown-up around if you're using an X-Acto blade. They are very sharp. They can be very dangerous. Okay, I highly recommend that you use the scissors instead. But if you want to use the X-Acto blade, you can. There is a part where you have to use the X-Acto blade when constructing your airplane. All right, but I'll go over that in a second. So we're gonna speed this up while I cut it out. Okay, all right. Okay, so now the Earth is done. I need to paint the back. So I want to put white down first. Okay, get my brush out here. I'm gonna paint it white. That's to cover it up, this part of the box. Now, if you don't have, if you're not using like an old box like I am, like a soda box, you don't have to do this step. If it's just a brown box, you can just dive right in. If you want to use the white and make a base like this, because you think it'll look brighter, go for it, okay? All right, so we're gonna let this dry. I'm gonna put this to the side now. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'm gonna put it to the side. All right, now we're gonna make the cloud, okay? We're just gonna draw 3 bumps like this. 1, 2, 3, maybe a 4th. A bump over here, and then a straight line connecting. Okay? Then what you'll do is you'll cut it out, okay? And then you'll take your hot glue gun, put hot glue around, and you'll rip up cotton balls, and you will hot glue them on to your cloud once you're cut out. And then when you're done, it may look something like this, okay? So I hot glued my cotton balls all over my cloud, and it's ready to be hung up. I just have to poke a hole. I'm going to use my X-Acto blade to poke a hole through the top like this. Okay, so that when I'm ready to tie my string, I can. All right, so that's what you need to do for your cloud. Draw the bumps, cut it out with your X-Acto blade or your scissors, and then hot glue the cotton balls on here. Remember, ask an adult for help with the hot glue. It's very hot, and we don't want anyone to get burned. Okay, now as for the plane, okay, you're gonna need to make it into 3 parts like this. I already drew the plane and the wing and then the tail like this, and I already painted. I'm going to use red and blue to add some details in a moment, but let me first show you how to draw the shapes of the plane. All right, so first things first, the plane shape, if we look at it, okay, it's a hockey stick on its side, or like a wonky L on its side. Okay, so I'm going to draw a diagonal line here, then a straight line, almost like a backwards number 7. I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to curve it around like an oval, like this, okay? And then I'm going to draw the wing, and I'm going to use this edge, like that. I'm just drawing a really long semicircle, like I'm making an oval or a football. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here, but shorter and smaller for the tail flap, okay? Then what I'll do is, I'll cut them out with my X-Acto blade, or my scissors. I recommend the scissors. And then I will paint both sides white. You can paint your plane whatever colors you'd like, okay? I chose to go with white because I wanted it to be clean, and so that I could paint on whatever colors I wanted so that they could really pop. I'm going to mostly use red and blue for my plane, all right? Now remember, you're going to need to paint, if you have things that were on, like if you're using a soda box like I did with the globe, make sure you do a couple layers of white or whatever color so you don't see what's peeking through, okay? So I'm going to cut this out, okay, with my scissors, paint it, all right? And then I would move on and then add the details to my plane here. So I'm going to take my brush, okay, you know what, I'm going to use this brush, okay, and then I'm going to paint I'm going to paint red right here, like that, big red stripe. I'm going to do the same thing up here. Okay, and then I'm going to give the plane a red nose, kind of like Rudolph. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then don't forget, you have to do the underside too. like this. Okay, and I flip this over. Because remember, when you're making a sculpture or a craft, sometimes you're looking at it from all sides, okay? All right, and then I'm gonna clean my brush. I'm gonna take the blue, and I'm gonna put some windows. And remember, if your brush gets too wet, just dab it off. Okay, so I'm gonna make some windows on my plane right here. I'm just making little circles. Okay, and then I flip it over, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, and you can add whatever designs you want on your wings. That is up to you. Okay, now as you can see here, I took my X-Acto blade. This is where you're going to need a grown-up's help, and you're going to cut a little rectangle where you want your wings to be, and then you'll slide it right through like this. Okay, I'm just sliding it down. Okay, and then I'm going to take the little tail, just like this. Try to get it as centered as possible, and there you go. I got my plane. All right, now I'm going to poke a hole right through the center so that I can tie my strings and attach it to my mobile. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the finished part right now.
So when it's all said and done, your project might look something like this. Okay, so you can see my hanger where I taped it. I put the cotton balls and I hot glued them. Remember, ask a parent to help you with that. Okay, and then there's my planes traveling around the world and the clouds flying by. All right, so this is what it could look like, and I can't wait to see what you make with your mobiles. All right, let me know. Email me a picture or tag me on social media at Mr. Mush Makes, and I can't wait to see your work. Well, that's today's show. That cannoli was delicious. Wait, what cannoli? Oh, never mind. Just clear this out. Okay. Well, I want to say once again, thank you for tuning in today. If you really like what you saw today, hit the like and subscribe button below. It really means a lot to us. We're a small channel. Every like, subscriber, and comment we get helps us in the long run here so that we can make more and more episodes for you.
Molto bella episodes.
Yeah, what he said.
Grazie.
Alright, well, that about does it for today. So remember, when art is in your heart, ideas are in your mind, there's nothing you can't do. And remember, always be kind. Alright, I'll see you next time.
Ciao, ciao.
Adios.